Welcome to Everyday Juggler. I'm Sean, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to juggle 3 balls. I think most people can juggle if they put their minds to it. In fact, I think most of the people watching this video can learn to juggle in as little as 20 minutes if they follow the steps in this video. So the first thing you need to do is grab 3 objects of equal weight and size. Juggling balls or beanbags are obviously preferable, but many things will work. Tennis balls are a little bit too light. LaCrosse balls are perfect, so if you have any of those laying around, go ahead and grab those. I have a link to juggling beanbags in the video description that I recommend. I think they're best to learn with because they're soft so they don't hurt your hands, and if they fall, they don't roll too far. Alright, now that you've got your juggling balls of choice, I want you to do something very important. I want you to put them to the side. That's right, I don't want you to be distracted by any juggling props at all when we first start learning how to juggle. So go ahead and put them down now. The first thing we need to do is get in the right stance. So make sure that your feet are about shoulder width apart, and then bend your knees a little bit. And now we're going to practice the most important juggling motion of them all. That's called the scoop, and it goes like this. The reason we're practicing this is because there's a common misconception when learning to juggle, and that is that you throw the balls forward. Well, the reality is that's not going to work very well, because you need the balls to be thrown to the side so the other hand can catch them. It's very important to get this motion down, practice it for a couple minutes. And once you feel comfortable, go ahead and grab one of your balls and we'll get started. Take that first ball and throw it to your other hand so that it arcs right above eye level. There's a few things you want to keep in mind while practicing with one ball. First, make sure that you're continuing to use that scoop motion as you throw each ball. Second, you want to make sure you're not looking at your hands, but that you're predicting where the balls will land based on where they are at the top of their arc. And third, you want to practice throwing the balls at a consistent height. This will make juggling a lot easier when you move on to the next steps. Practice this for about 5 minutes. It can get a little boring, but it's really important. Once you feel comfortable with one ball, grab a second ball and practice this exercise. Alternating, throw balls straight up from each hand. This exercise will help you get even better at predicting the trajectory of the balls without looking at your hands and throwing the balls at a consistent height. Before we get into the next 2-ball exercise, I want to show you something not to do. Make sure not to throw the balls in a circle like this. This is called the shower, and it's a lot harder to do with 3 balls than what we're learning in this video, the Cascade. Instead, you want to practice the exact same thing you were with 1 ball, but with 2 balls. Start with your dominant hand. Throw the ball up and over to your less dominant hand. When it reaches the top of its arc, throw the ball from your less dominant hand underneath the first ball and back to your dominant hand. Practice this for a couple minutes. And once you feel comfortable with this exercise, throwing the ball from your dominant hand, try starting from your less dominant hand. Once you feel comfortable with this, try alternating which hand you start from, like this. Once you can do this comfortably, you're almost there. Juggling with 3 balls is simply continuing this pattern without stopping. So this takes us to 3 balls. Before you pick up that 3rd ball, I want to show you what it looks like to make that common mistake of throwing the balls forward. Obviously, this does not make juggling easy. If you find yourself struggling with this tendency, try juggling in front of a wall. While you may bang your knuckles at first, it will prevent you from walking forward and force you to juggle to the side. Go ahead and pick up that 3rd ball. Put 2 balls in your dominant hand and 1 in your less dominant hand. Start with your dominant hand and try to continue that 2-ball pattern for 3 tosses. Once you get that down, practice that again and again and again. Once you can comfortably do 3 tosses, add a 4th toss, and a 5th toss, and a 6th toss. Before you know it, you'll be able to juggle continuously like this. And maybe one day, you'll even be able to do this. Congratulations! You just learned all the steps you need to know to teach yourself to juggle. Now it just takes a little bit of practice. Good luck learning to juggle in less than 20 minutes. If you like what you saw in this video, make sure you comment, share, like, and subscribe to the channel so that way more people can see it and more people can learn to juggle. If you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe. And if you're interested in joining me live in my free webinar to learn to juggle, make sure you visit my site at everydayjuggler.com.